My guest today is Matt Jacobson. He's the founder of Lifebooks.io, a platform that helps families preserve memories of loved ones through collaborative printed books. Born and raised in Temecula, California, Matt was inspired by the death of his father to create Lifebooks, ensuring that legacies are never forgotten and stories are cherished for generations. A graduate of San Diego State University with a background in family business, Matt is deeply committed to honouring the lives and memories of others through life books. Okay. Hi, Matt. Thanks for being here.
For having me.
Oh, this is so amazing. I can't believe you're almost like you're 11 p.m. in the US right now.
11 p.m., but I feel like it's bright as day in the morning. I'm
Yeah,
excited to be here. Like I
yeah,
woke up ready and I'm ready right now.
yeah.
I
That's
thought it was
so
11 p.m. I thought it was 11.
I love it. I love that. Um, you actually began Life Books, which I have seen all over the internet, and I'm sure like a lot of my listeners and followers have seen as well. I think it's a brilliant idea. How did that start?
Well, originally, I never thought I was going to get into the grief space. I was majoring in finance when I was in college, and when I was studying abroad in Spain, I got the call in 2020, right before Spain had shut down. Really, just a week before Spain had shut down, we were trying to decide whether or not we're going to come home with COVID, but unfortunately, I got the call from my brother that my dad had just been admitted to the hospital, and he had esophageal cancer, and it was in remission for 2 years, but it had come back, and uh, shortly after I got home, I found out he passed. As my I was received by my siblings, and life books came over to me instantly as I just everything I wanted to do is just preserve his memory and his legacy. And I knew encompassing a book would be the right thing to do. But particularly Lifebooks, a book company that allows family and friends to contribute, that was because I didn't think that I was a good enough writer myself to do a single book on my dad. So I wanted my
Wow.
brothers, I wanted my siblings. Um, I had the thought that my nephew and my niece, how would they think of my dad when they grew up? When I grew up, my grandfather had passed long before I was born, and I only knew him by a few words, few memories, but
Mm,
nothing to the amount of respect that I want to attribute to my dad. So I'd only want to pay that forward that they know who he is, how I knew him through his stories, through all the sacrifices, through all the memories, so they really can share who he was, and so that the next generation doesn't really experience the loss that could be that his memory is preserved and prevails. Um, it was an urgency, a sense of urgency as soon as he passed. How could I capture just who he was in a time capsule?
yeah.
Because it's really sad, right? After someone passes, the second death that
Yeah.
comes is their memory.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's funny, like I know my next generation up, like my mum and dad, my next generation up, because my grandparents, like one set, my dad's parents lived on our property. So we were lucky to know them really, really well. And then my mum's parents were like 5 hours drive away, and I spent like every holiday with them. So I knew my grandparents really well. Only knew of my great grandmother on my mum's side because my granny used to tell me stories about her. And that was it. And now it is like a second death because there's no generational stories before that, even. So it's like, this is a beautiful idea.
There's as the idea developed, there's so many things that I found that it solved. The second death, the sense of how you live your life as if a book is going to be written about you.
Yeah.
Will experience their life differently. The the preserving one's legacy culturally, what that does for us not to be cut off from the past, from us not to be cut off from heritage, to know the stories of those before us makes us feel more sound, feel more like we have a family. Even if everyone in our family's past, you have all their stories, you knew who they were, you feel like you came from something, you and I I also think a lot of us, myself, I don't live where my dad was buried.
Yeah,
Um, I want to have something to keep him with me wherever I live, wherever I travel. Um, that also felt the funeral. My experience with the funeral was another one that kind of stirred my pot because I never would have gone full heart into this beyond an idea of just create a book for my dad, right? But a company, the purpose was beyond just the book. It was to bring something, a tool, because my experience in the funeral was, a 45-minute ceremony to represent an entire life.
yeah,
That, digest that. 45 minutes, $10,000 US later.
yeah.
Like, but
Oh,
how?
yeah,
It makes no sense. And flowers, $250 for flowers, $100 for some Trader Joe's flowers. That's a local grocer where we're from. Some Trader Joe's flowers in
yeah.
a vase. And it's no disrespect to the industries. I just feel that they've been very insulated, and not willing to kind of change in various ways, and that's known. And that's it's up to the individuals to know, kind of, there are resources, there are other things out there, but getting them accessible, getting them in the hands of those that are caretaking the grievers, caretaking the families of those who lost. Yeah, I felt that it was a very empty process through it all.
Mm, yeah.
Transaction is how I define it. I had the finance background I had was was working in sales for a mutual fund, cold calling, and
Oh, wow.
there's a lot of transactional natures about that business, and you could feel it. You could
Mm,
feel in they have to, like like a doctor or like a man of a church. They have to be beheld to a higher level
mm,
uh, of moral and ethical code, and I think that goes to the financial side too, burdening families to not being able to have proper burials because the market is swung so heavily against, um, just anyone that doesn't fall in middle class can't have a proper burial.
mm,
It's very hard. Um,
yeah.
how is it like there in Australia? Is it
Well,
similar?
oh, with my mum died in 2015, and you walk into the funeral directors and they hand you a book and say, which casket do you want? Okay,
Yep.
now which flowers do you want? And then, and then we did that part because we did it in a chapel that's with a celebrant. But then we also had a mass because we're Catholic, and we had the mass, and even the priest, it felt like it was very transactional as well, because mum was buried where we grew up, not where she moved to. So it's like all our family was down in one place, whereas mum had moved away to be with her family, sort of for the end of her life, with her brother and sister and, nieces and nephews up there. So it felt very, yeah, felt like it needed to be something else to celebrate mum's life. And
Something.
mm, yeah, so, but it is changing here because a couple of weeks ago I spoke to a funeral director who actually doesn't have like a bricks and mortar place. She does whatever you want to do. Like you can go to the river or the ocean, and, it's all sort of contracted into it, and it makes it more meaningful for the people or for all the grievers.
I think
that
it's
gather.
I think yeah, I think the having kind of that freedom versus the brick and mortar, but there is something to the institution, and it is a difficult challenge. I even asked, like, how would you approach? What would you change? Um, what is difficult about it? You do have to make these choices.
Mm,
How can you make them non so transactional?
yeah.
It's it's beyond the price. It's more of, but I guess it's a limitation of options. It is confined
Mm,
in regards, but no, to life books, I found it as something more for aftermath, what we could do,
mm,
because after the memorial, it seems, uh, unfortunately, it's not my first funeral, but many people who attend, often, that's the last time they all talk in one place at the same time together,
yeah. Yeah.
ever again.
Mm,
And beyond that, many times, a lot of, people just part ways. Death breaks part families. So having something that is collaborative and kind of could bring my family together, especially it's been 4 years now. So I think
mm.
it's time, that we write, and we're in the middle of creating the book, which I'm excited to show you about. I hope I
Yes,
will have time to show you, especially
of
the
course.
physical book
Yeah.
just behind.
I would love to see that.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I think it's really important because as I get older, like as people get older, they have the wisdom of, like I'm almost in my 70s, they have the wisdom of a full life. And there's stories like I was alive before the internet. My grandchildren are so shocked that I was alive before the internet. And, there were wars, Vietnam Wars, and, all that sort of stuff that I'm passing down to them. But I'm remembering stuff of my dad. And, there's different things that trigger um, my dad and my mum and my grandparents and my sister. I had a sister, my next sister down died as well. So it's like there's just different stories that are triggered that you'd like a space to write it as well.
yeah. The collaborative nature. Would you find that other people in your family would want to join you to collaborate in the stories?
Yeah, yes, yeah. Because you've all got different relationships, right? With
Yeah.
with that person. Like I always thought I was my dad's favorite, but we were at a party. I don't know whether it was his weight because my dad died of lung cancer as well, but he took like it was 2 years and he was really, really sick at the end and he wanted to be there for his wake. So we had a wake before he died. So anyway, this was while dad wasn't there. So I think it was the wake after he died or some party that I'm from a huge family. And all my brother, I overheard my sister say, well, I was dad's favorite anyway. And I went, what? No, you weren't. And so then all of us gathered in the middle fighting about who was dad's favorite. But then we had all different stories about how dad had supported each of us. And it was just beautiful to hear the different ways that dad was with us. So, yeah.
Yeah, that would be perfect. You would be we have collaborative stories. So
Mm,
within the same title, w- you know, times the times at the beach with dad, you'd
mm.
all write the stories of the times at the beach with dad and how you were his second favorite.
No, no, no. I was his favorite, and then my littlest sister was his fifth favorite. Oh
How
dear.
many siblings did you have?
Five.
Five.
Yeah,
Five. You're the
yeah.
youngest or oldest of
I'm the
five.
oldest. I'm the
Old.
oldest. Yeah. And then my mum was the eldest of six as well. So yeah, big family.
Big family.
Yeah.
Big.
So big cousins as well. We meet once a year in November and just take over a whole caravan park. Just
Really?
all of us. Yeah, we love it. Yeah. So many
Uh,
stories there.
how many family, how many in the
72
park? 72? You
cousins.
have to call before you go, huh? You have to
Pardon?
call for permission. You have to call the park for permission.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. We
Yeah,
book. They know we're coming.
yeah, they know you're coming. They
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, that's right. But we
What's
turn
the
up. There's a single, like there's a flat place in between all the caravans and everything, and we get in a massive circle and just, just talk and chat. And we've got all our, children, grandchildren as well. And then I've got one uncle who's 90 years old, who's still going, and an aunt, his sister, who I can never remember, I think he's the third born, and then his younger sister, who is the fifth born, she's 83 now. So, yeah, or 84, she's just turned 84. Yeah, so they're all there.
talk about it? That's just Great Depression right there. That's
Mm.
yeah, yeah, they were born right in the hot seat.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. Yeah, and mum was born in 1930.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's the main year.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, right in
Gosh,
it.
yeah, 1930, she saw every she
The
saw
wars.
about one,
Yeah,
every one
World
but
War One. Yeah,
yeah, she didn't see
yeah.
one,
She saw a few.
she saw
Oh,
2,
two,
she
I mean, sorry. Yeah,
saw Israel, she saw
yeah,
Cambodia, like,
yeah. Yep.
that's crazy. I was
Mm.
just speaking to, I know this is kind of, I was just talking to a 90-year-old, who lived in, Romania,
Oh, wow.
and she was talking to me about how she was German, and when it was, first German occupied,
Mm.
took the Jews, and then and I'm Jewish, so I'd
Right.
asked her,
Yeah.
uh, and she was a customer at my mattress store. I have a mattress store. That's what I'm doing
Oh,
tomorrow. So
right.
I'm selling mattresses, but I had asked her because of her age, and her accent, she was German,
Hmm.
where she lived during the war because I figured she was only about 10,
Yeah.
and I confirmed she was 9 when the war started, and first her Jewish friends were taken, and then it was German occupied, and then it was Russian occupied. When Russia came, uh, her sisters, anyone ages 15 and up, were taken of German descendants to the Russian gulags, and her
Wow.
sisters were then taken.
Gee.
She told me this incredible story, and
Yeah.
I'm just taken back by those in their 90s, late 80s,
Yeah.
beyond in what they've seen
Yeah. That's right.
and what we experience
Yeah.
and take for granted because to think 1 year it's these, next year it's them,
Yeah.
and it's blood. And it's crazy because the
Mm.
world is a crazy place right now.
Oh,
And
no. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
real scary. It's scary. And those who were there know it was not long ago,
Yeah. Well, that's right.
within their lifetime,
Yeah.
in their life.
I know.
It,
And that's why I think we need these life books, because stories, like I'm all about sharing stories because, my dad's like we're Irish descendants, so stories are really, really important to us. But, getting everyone to share this story, like of one person, is so beautiful because you get the fullness of their personality, their love, everything about them.
yeah, the one thing I didn't mention about the book is the manufacturing of it. I didn't tell you. I tried to do like you of course go to China and Asia, and I
Yeah.
couldn't get reliable manufacturing. So I spent the next year working, just calling maybe over I think I stopped counting after 123 in
Wow.
print shops trying to sell them on this idea of printing a hardbound smice sewn book. So when it comes to book printing, it's easy to print a book, but to print a hardbound book that's smice sewn in one copy and it not cost $600
Yep.
is impossible
Mhm.
because no print manufacturer is set up to make a hardbound smice sewn, not a glued binding.
Yeah.
Many of the books out there on the market are just glued bindings and they don't last
Mm.
after about 10 years. You got to open and close, those books break.
Yep.
A book that is generational, it was really important to get the manufacturing. So I don't know if it's worthwhile to show you the physical book
Yes.
over the
Yes,
um,
please.
the book comes in a magnetic enclosure box.
Oh,
Think of,
wow.
and the book itself,
Oh,
it's
how
an
beautiful.
8.5 by 11. It's got a nice silk matte lamination, so it's soft to touch.
Yeah.
And then has a lotus flower celebration of life. The print quality is really nice,
Oh, how beautiful. Wow.
but the binding is everything. So notice how it kind of groups in the squares of
Yeah.
paper.
Yeah. That was like when I was young, Matt. They did all the books like that.
They don't do them like that anymore.
No,
They do
that's
they do glued bindings, and
right.
the glued binding books don't last.
No, that's right.
So to find a manufacturer that would work with one copy at a time and
Yeah.
pack and ship out, it was an impossible question. But I just searched and searched, and we got an awesome partner, and they love and believe in the product and
Yeah.
wholeheartedly. And yeah, no, we're super excited because offering, if anyone were to just go try to do a section sewn book,
Mhm.
it would be $600.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
the lowest cost I found it was 350 Canadian. I
Wow.
found a shop to find an individual book print, but even then, the pages weren't X quality. Like there was no matte coating. There were so
Mm.
yeah, no, I spent a long time getting the right manufacturing set up because I know that if we're going to get a book in the hands of individuals that they intend to share to their children
Mm.
and that their children share to their children, it couldn't be some cheap, hardbound, glued, 50-page book. It
Yeah.
didn't right. How could you embody a life into something so cheap? Yeah, so I no, what do you think about the book?
It's gorgeous because I love having books. Like in my other room, I have a massive room and it's just filled with it's like a library. I absolutely love, the feel of books. I do audiobooks as well and ebooks, but my favorite, I always listen to a book and buy it at the same time. So I've got it. And the feel of the page, there's one particular book that I really love reading over and over again because of the
Really,
feel of the page. It's
what is
really
it?
lovely.
What's
Oh,
the book?
what's the book?
Yeah, you'll have to send it to me. I'll have to
Oh.
order it. You'll have to, and
It's out of print.
what is it?
It's out of print. This is
No,
so old. Yeah.
really?
Yeah, it's really old. Oh, gee.
I'll
I'll
find it
have
on
to,
eBay
yeah, I'll
because this is something that I would take in the future to my manufacturer because there's other books that Lifebooks intends to get involved with.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I let me know.
Okay. I'll look after this.
So fun. Um, yeah,
Oh,
it's hard to trust me. It's hard to find good paper.
yeah, 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 I
I
know.
I've been in print shops, touching and feeling. It's
Yeah.
but figuring out how to build a book is it's a funny one. You
Yeah.
never
So,
think it someone.
oh, I know. Like you finally ended up with somebody to print it for you.
Yeah.
So, and it's a good price.
Yeah, no, so the price is to the point where we can sell the book at, what I think is definitely, modest, for the quality. You have the beta is $150
Right.
only,
Yeah.
and that comes with the software, um, and it's only $25 deposit to get started.
Right.
For please.
Yeah. Just so how do you get like is it is there a platform that
Yeah,
everybody puts their information in and their stories?
yeah, I don't, would it be worthwhile to show you the platform on this call?
Sure. Yeah, yeah, sure.
Can you allow me to am
Oh,
I
yeah.
able.
Where is that thing? Oh my gosh, they've changed this.
No, I know. Here, let me see if I
Oh,
can
share, there it is. Yeah. Uh,
see if
no, that's
it.
oh, I don't want to share mine. They've changed this that I don't know.
You do. Click
Oh,
participants.
oh, far out.
It's okay.
Hang on. I
It's
used to
okay.
just go down the bottom, click, and now it's come up with only share my thing. What's the advanced thing? No, no. Screens, no. Oh, far out. This is so terrible.
I mean, Zoom does updates.
Um,
It says,
yeah, because mine,
is there,
it's got, oh, here's a more thing. No, it's worksheets.
there a
No.
button, is there a button that says security?
Security. No. Oh my gosh.
Give it a few more seconds.
Reset captions.
Um,
No.
you know,
AI. There's AI. Oh, host tools. Here we go. Maybe.
do you see the participants
Ah,
button?
share screen. Oh, is that, hang on. Share screen. Is that mine sharing or yours?
That's yours.
That's mine.
Click participants.
Got chat, rename, start video, share notes, request to record, request host to start cloud. No, I haven't got that at all.
Try try to on the bottom of the screen. You see how it says share, react, chat.
Yeah, it's just
Do-
got share.
Does
It,
it say participants?
no, it used to, but it
Really?
comes up. Yeah, it used to, and it now just comes up. Share sound, optimize. It just comes up with sharing mine.
Why don't you share yours? Let me see it.
Oh gosh. Here.
Yeah, might
Yeah,
as well.
that
Six
one. Share, share. Oh,
for the
where are,
right screen.
hang on, I've got to take, oh, far out. I've got so much open as well.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Now, where is this? Will
That's
that
it.
do? There. There, that's what I was looking for. Multiple. Okay, now I need to come over here. You should be able to share yours.
Yeah,
Yeah, right
yeah,
now.
I can share.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yes. I'm
Mm,
leaving all that in, you know.
okay. So Lifebooks is an online platform where when you get started as a lead, the lead of the family would sign up through the website lifebooks.io, and when you sign up, you'll get a dashboard. The
Mhm.
group name Jacobson is my family last name, just for group purposes, and my father's name was Matt as well. I'm a junior. The
Yeah.
platform is where family and friends can contribute photos, stories, join you in sharing stories and shared memories. And all the stories are collected, formatted, proofed for print in a hardbound memorial book, as I just showed you.
Mhm.
The special thing about Lifebooks is no matter the amount of contributions, the amount of photos, our patented technology will take the photos and the text and do the typesetting, the typography, the spacing, the, the fonts, proportions of the photos relative to the page sizing. So there's no scrapbooking. It's completely automated. It's not
Right.
unique perspective as a scrapbook would be, and that everyone can contribute to what this individual's book would embody.
Mhm.
To show you more how the platform works,
Mm.
stories that are published during the contributing period are posted here. Paintings in Santa Rosa. I just written this. I was writing about my uncle. You can write a message to the individual posted. There's two writers here. This is my test user and myself because I was doing a dual story. But beyond that, when you want to get started, you just click begin here and you get brought to the Lifebook Creative.
Hang on, Matt, are you sharing your page now, or because I can't see it?
No,
Okay.
since when, Cait? You should have told me.
I just realized that you're talking about the page and,
Oh, why is it not? Stop sharing. What does this page look like? Oh, that's in the paragraph stuff. One second, Cait.
Mhm.
Can you see my screen?
Okay, hang on. My screen, meeting, Matt. Oh, something just came up. Matt's screen. Let's see. Ah, there it is. Everything has changed, Matt. This is just, yeah,
So you do see it now?
beautiful. Yep, we're on the side now, and I see the screen.
All right, fantastic. All right, so we're
Terrific.
on the site. Jacobson, the last name.
Yeah,
The publishing date's right here. All the stories, as I'd mentioned, get posted here.
right.
And if you were to click one, um, this is, like I said, a dual story posted by my dad and I. And you can send a message to the individual who had written it.
Oh, great.
Want to get started, to invite family and friends, you click the invite and share tab, invite whomever to join the creative. People
Wow.
that join the creative get registered in the contribution table where it keeps track of photos and words written by the individuals. And there's some badges that are collected within the creative, but those features will actually deploy in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We're just waiting on beta users to get kind of equipped with the, the platform and give us feedback more on the writing before we throw any little features at them that they may not love just yet because they
Yeah.
focus on their stories. Beyond that, conversations with individuals within the platform if you want to have a private conversation, and
Wow.
then an active table to keep control of everything that's going on within your group. But the creative itself, I want to just kind of show you how this works. Close this so it's a bit formatted, but there's a few neat features. And forgive me, Cait, there I do know that my developer, because I was talking to him, is working on a deployment of this right here. This isn't
Right.
functioning just yet, but this is prompts and questions and templates to help writers with getting started. Because
Wow.
oftentimes, who hasn't faced writer's block?
Yeah. Yeah. How awesome.
Yeah, so you just type and write, and my brother and I, and spelling and grammar is corrected as just an underline. It'll underline anything that's incorrect. And right now, Cait, frankly, there I know there's a deployment because there's two bugs I'm already seeing.
All
One,
right.
when you hover over the correct word issues and you click and it swaps it out. And the other one is we have a rephrase tool, which it's bothering me because I know because of this deployment that rephrase is not up right now. But
Yeah.
in short, if users feel lost for words or feel like they want to have what they'd written refined, they would highlight what they'd written, limited to 3 sentences, uh, max to 3 sentences because we don't want anyone to rewrite everything.
Yeah.
But if you highlight 3 sentences and click rephrase, 5 articulate answers issue out prompted. So you click and it ushers the switch in response. So people can go along their writing and refine what they had written in any way that they see fit. And then inviting to collaborate just users that are registered, like my sister, Krista Jacobson. And I would
Mhm.
just say, hey, CJ, join me and write about the wedding. I fire this off, and she get an email sent to her, join me and collaborate on the story about my brother's wedding. And
Wow.
at the end of the contributing period, all the published documents are taken and collected and formatted for print in a hardbound memorial book that is
Yeah.
Lifebooks.
That is wonderful. What a lot of work, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Wow.
yeah.
Awesome. I really love that idea. Now, let me know, our Australian spelling is different to the American spelling. Can you pick the dictionary?
You'll be able to pick the dictionary, yes.
Okay. And is it only written in English as well?
Right now it's only written in English.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
We're right now in the beta, just trying to figure out how to get users the most comfortable with engaging in the stories of their loved ones. We do have aspirations to plan. My mother's from Mexico. I have ambitions to plan in the Spanish markets very
Yeah.
soon.
Oh,
Um,
awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, so good. Wow. Well, this is so exciting, Matt. I love it. I love the idea. I love the idea of the collaboration as well. And I'm sure if there's only one person, they could write it. Like if you've only got one person left and then maybe young children, you know, how maybe the parents have both died and then there's just a child to write and they've only got a 2-year-old or something.
Yeah, then it would be the individual. It would be very difficult to ask any individual that's not a professional writer to write a book.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
that's a lot. That
Yeah,
100 pages for any human is,
yeah,
unless you're an avid writer, it takes authors years to write a book. But
I
I
know.
don't think that the book is limited to writing. I
Right.
think beyond that, it could be a poem, it could be a
Yeah.
photo album, it could be a collected photo album of you getting photos from old friends that had once known the loved one, of friends from far away, invite them via email. It's a very uh, third party way of inviting those who wouldn't normally be in the group family group message, but should be in the book because they had a relationship with the individual. So
Yeah.
I think it allows as a platform to mediate between a lot of parties that wouldn't normally be at the same table.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I really love this, Matt. I'm so excited for you.
Well, I'm very thankful, Kate. I'm beyond thankful. I told you I'd like to invite you to do the beta for free. I'll send you a book. I got to tighten up on our Australian billing page because I know that right now we're set up only for the US for the states. So
Right.
province and states and Canada, we're on our way, guys. Just give us some
Excellent.
time.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I stop sharing this now?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I stop and then you keep going. I don't know why. Can you stop your end?
I can try. Let's see.
or
I
yes.
usually I usually use Google Meet,
Oh,
so
okay, right. And
not familiar with Zoom.
yeah, I only know Zoom, and apparently I don't know it well
Ah,
anymore. They've updated it.
you're too humble.
I know. Oh dear. Well, I think that's a good place to finish, Matt. It's just been brilliant talking to you.
Oh,
It's
it's been amazing.
it's nearly nearly midnight there, so I hope you can get to sleep all right.
Not after this call, I'll probably be up for the next hour or 2.
Oh no. Well, you get the Australian bit going, and so I can really, really push the Australian part for you.
I will be in touch. I'll be in
Yeah,
touch, absolutely. It'll be a matter of days, but beyond that, we're really grateful for anyone that's willing to join in on the beta right now,
yeah,
because creating a book is, as we were just talking about, it's a big task. It's not a
yeah,
small thing to ask. So
I know.
beyond that, those who will do it know that they're doing it for future generations, for the individual who passed, to remember them, and
Yeah,
for themselves, because one of the hardest things after loss is the sense of identity, and that's lost with it, and the new lens that you have to, and many times it's very foggy, see through as you
mm,
walk. And I wholeheartedly believe that participating and engaging in life, and that's practicing, remembering what you've done, who you are, what you've experienced, and not confining yourself to, the heavy box that a lot of us, just put ourselves in.
yeah.
Um, it's a healthy tool that'll be used to get through this tough process that is the journey of grief.
Yeah, yeah, that's for sure. It really, really helps. Sharing stories is just so wonderful, and because grief changes over your lifetime and it gets easier to share stories, but you've sort of shortcutted as well because you've gotten family and friends involved in building this story and in a book form. So you get to talk about your loved one a lot. So that's brilliant. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. All right, I'll let you go to bed, Matt. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you staying up so late for us.
oh yeah, no, it's my treat.